Hi everybody, this is Rhonda with Hallái and Art of Self-Healing. So I want to talk to you a little bit and share the information. I did one, if you saw that in June, the 2 videos I did about Tomar and Halmard. Those are the ancient names from the Hallái healing system. The sound of Halmard works with the 11th energy vortex within us. Also, some call that a chakra, but I like to keep it as an energy center because energy is what we are. Halmard is the energy that works with us to receive information, works with the pineal gland, the right and left lobe, and then our entire central nervous system. So it moves down the spine, which is the hard drive to our entire body, okay? So in this year of 2018, which equals an 11, is Halmard. Halmard is about self-mastery, mastering the self, mastering what you have in your life, where you want to go, cleaning up your vibration so that when we move into next year, which will be a 12, Hallái is you and the Creator become one. I am one with the source of all that is. I am one with my Creator. However you want to call that for yourself, but that's it. It's your total divine connection with your higher self. So what do we do with these funny names and words? You want to speak them. You want to sound them out when you have time. A good time is in the morning or getting grounded on the earth someplace outside with your feet barefoot to the earth, sitting on the ground. It doesn't matter where you would go, but when you can do that and get connected with the earth and speak the sound of Halmard until that starts to feel lighter, you feel lighter, you will be releasing old, heavy, dense energy that's not truth. You'll also be activating the system of your central nervous system, which begins in the brain with the pineal gland and the central nervous system that runs down the spine. It is the hard drive to your body. It's the hard drive to the brain and proper function of the brain. And in this year, you may have seen or witnessed or felt out of balance, that your mind is scattered or all over the place. Halmard. We'll bring that right back together. Halmard. By speaking that, sounding it. The note is B, but you don't have to do it to B. I wouldn't even know what B is, but I would speak it the way it comes out of your voice. When you blend it with each month, so this is, this is July. Okay, so July would be the month right now, moving down, blended with Holman. Holman is of the heart. This is all about unconditional love. There might be some people in your life really pushing your buttons for that as well. Really shoving you up against the wall for that unconditional love. Now that doesn't mean you have to be a doormat to someone else's commands if it feels off to you. But you know, instead of judging and all of that, it's good. You can communicate, but usually heart and mind don't communicate very well together. This is why when you tone Halmard and say the sound of Holman, you would be bringing in a much better balance to the heart-mind connection instead of just being a head connection, just mental activity, lots of mental thinking, processing, not anything wrong, but you're not in a place of receiving. Receiving is just so much nicer when you get to that, when you can get there, and we can bounce off and on. You can, you know, have things you need to strategize and think about, but when you're really tuned into heart energy and then that's blended into the mind, that becomes more of an unshakable force to deal with, really, because you're in your knowingness. You have the ability to know. You have the ability to see through quirkiness and untruth. You have more intuitive ability. Not your self-made intuitive ability. It is source energy intuitive ability, and you will be on target. makes life a lot easier to maneuver through and to work through, because mostly once you get to this point anyway, you're heading things off at a path. You head things off. You have all of creation assisting you to bring about what your intentions have been, okay? So, Hallái, when you close your eyes, Hallái, Holman, and then you spread that out and beyond, 1,000 miles beyond this universe. There's many things that you can do that work for you. But when you're speaking and going through all 12, which is here, if you see this, okay, these are the 12 energy centers. Hallái is assisting us all in self-mastery, okay? You have personal centers, which you can go on the site and look at what your personal energy centers are, which is really helpful. When you say those two sounds together, like mine would be Hallái and Hallái, I would say those before I make major decisions, and I sing them or say the mantra, which is Hallái. I recommit to the power of my spirit. And Hallái, I acknowledge a purpose for my life. And those of you who know, and you are Hallái and a Hallái, you already know that. We're always looking for a purpose. You know, what's my purpose? What am I doing? So we have to pick anybody that's a Hallái, or if you're a Balar Hallái, you must do the things that you're inspired by and love, because we can't operate unless we love what we do. And that's just maddening. It's just not worth it. You have to, okay? So here's Hallái. Opens the door to divine inspiration, renews life-changing abilities, key to mastering your soul's purpose. So Hallái would be like the lighthouse shining, letting you know, hey, danger, danger over here. Oh, this is a good opportunity. That feels good. It feels light. It feels on. You feel on target. You feel tuned in. You feel tapped into the source. You feel tapped into everything lending itself your way to bring about positive change. It removes the illusions of petty distractions, and it increases your awareness for guided opportunities. It's following those impulses. This is what I love about Hallái. If you're a Hallái, you guys are really smart. Your spiritual center would be Hallái. That would be your 10th energy center and 11th. You guys are really smart. You are you're the scholarship people. You're scholarship material. Things come to you easy. You let people roll off your back. You don't hold on to tons of judgment, unless you maybe grew up in a very judgmental family. Then you have to let go of all that stuff. But generally, you're really open. You're kindness, and you see what's pretty much good for the whole. You have the ability to do that and see beyond. So let's go to Holman for a minute. Holman is beautiful. Holman is learning about unconditional love. Oops, where'd you go? Okay, it gives the self and others for clouded judgment and choices. So that means you're not hanging on too much judgment. It begins to create harmony, and it gives us the freely to love without concerns of what others are thinking or the validation of our love. Okay, and we're able to give love freely. And we don't require so much measurement. That's what I say. When we get balanced in Holman, you go about your life being okay with not having somebody tell you all the time, oh, that was really good, great, honey, that was good. You're not looking for validation, and you don't attach your worth to the validation. Does that make sense? You don't attach to any of that. You're just going about doing your business. So it's very, very powerful. Last month I did 2 videos, which were kind of hard. The sun was so bright, but I took 3 weeks just to let go of everything, just to really immerse myself in blue water, eat fresh food, not be attached to any kind of media, except for, uploading a few pictures. It was really, really nice. So I got a lot of clarity. And if you did see the video, or, well, I guess you can go onto the YouTube part. It's a little windy, and there's one where I was up in the village, And then I started feeling funny because I heard somebody, and I didn't want to start toning out by this waterfall. But anyway, I should have, so I got too self-conscious about that. But you have to try that. You must tone. Try toning. So Hallái, using all those centers to come down. Hallái, Hallái, oh, forgot. Halmard, Hallái. Come into Viman, Kalmar, Tolmar, Holman. When you start going below the heart, and you can open up these frequencies, you will open up what's called Balar, releasing your limitations. Balar, Niman, recognizing you're unique and you don't have to live your life conforming to everyone's wishes. Your authentic self. Sia, releasing the need for any form of fear. And then Ria, claiming your creative power. Eon, I am one with all of creation. I ask you and challenge you. If you don't know what yours is, go onto the website. If you can't figure it out, email me. I'll do it for you. It's very simple with your day, month, and year of your birthday. And then say those blended with Halmard and Holman for the month of July and see how you feel. I think you might feel pretty good. So thank you for now. And send me any information that you would like. Send me some information and how that began to work for you. And I challenge you. It'll make a big difference in your life. Okay, thanks.